All right, Sean, we got Pfizer here, pharmaceutical company.
Yeah, talk about getting a
Uh,
lot of free advertising over the last couple of years.
yeah. Uh, Even before COVID hit, I did a little research on pharmaceutical companies and the way that they make money. Like you always hear I feel like you always hear like the negative feedback on pharmaceutical company charging a lot of money for drugs. Like, oh, they're charging an outrage. Now there are people that do abuse it a little bit, or companies that do, but for the most part, the companies are trying to make a profit and they're trying to make it intriguing, like the regulators make it intriguing for them to make money. And that, like for example, in order for them to figure out if a pill works, it has to go through so many trials.
Oh yeah,
thousands of
plus the
trials.
R&D and all
Yeah.
those costs they have to recoup.
and
from
and each
we're
trial,
talking 10 years maybe.
yeah, each trial can cost $100 each trial, and you're talking tens of thousands of trials, and each one costing $100. So they got to recoup, millions of that pill that, assuming it worked. There's a lot of pills that don't even work.
Yeah.
So they're spending millions on pills that don't work.
Yeah.
So the pill that does work, they can sell it at a premium.
Well, and that's how they keep their ability. That's why the law affords them the ability to hold on to those patents for
Exactly
that specified period of time.
Yeah, because
to recoup
it's not the
costs.
material itself. Like once you figure out like what cures a specific type of cancer, the material itself to make the pill costs less than a cent probably.
Yeah.
But the whole like trying to figure out which one actually cures the form of cancer or whatever it is that you're trying to cure, took so many trial runs, took so many failed pills, and eventually figure out one. And that's how these companies make money, through the actually just the trial phase itself is a money maker within itself. A company that actually just does the trials. They get hired by Pfizer. Hey Joe, go ahead and try and make these pills for me and see if they work. See if it works with the disease that we're trying to counter. So Pfizer's spending a lot of money on these. We saw with COVID, and then when they were trying to figure out which um, pills or vaccines would work, were working against COVID. That's why they said that the vaccine that they actually came up with, they actually had it figured out like in like a month or two.
Yeah, they had to make sure it was safe and
Yeah.
efficacious.
Yeah,
but that takes a
exactly.
lot of trial.
And that takes a lot of trials, and they had to make sure that it was working. But they tried the original date when
Well, yeah,
they
they
actually
had
tried
it. They had
it like in a month.
Yeah.
But they weren't sure. So that's why they had to do all these trials. So I I'm not the one that obviously that's spending thousands of dollars for pills yet, but at least for right now, I can appreciate a company like Pfizer.
Yeah, looking at Pfizer though, I mean, they're not where they were before the pandemic. They're not that, but look at their PE ratio. They're one of the cheapest, relatively cheapest stocks we've looked at. I mean, they've got a PE ratio under 10. That means they're affordable relative to their earnings.
Look at the
Dividend yield, yeah, exactly, 3.43%. And in the 52-week high low section, it's closer to the low end and appears to be trending downward. This could be a good one to pick up.
Yeah. This is another one of those parking ones where you're not getting angry when you're getting paid the dividend. Like dividends are so cool when you get paid sometimes because you get the money, right? And you're like, what do? Put it back in the stock. Like put it back
Right.
in, and maybe in like, okay, cool, I'm getting 3% on this. Put it on like a more riskier stock.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do whatever you want with it.
It looks like they dropped their statements at the end of the year. So December 31st, we're going to see how their post-pandemic plays have been coming at the end of the year. So that's coming up 3 months.
What's going to happen between now and December with a lot of companies?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big time.